The yeas are 237, the nays are 140, and there are 47 voting present. The motion is adopted without objection. The motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Say this, and I will be as terse as possible, but I won't be overly brief. We have a president who has been in the business of
Let's get back to the United States now, because things are certainly heating up between the US and Venezuela. We have seen the Venezuelan government, or at least its dictator, accuse the US of piracy. Well, the US has sanctioned more ships and says it will seize more too. Joining me live is Democrat strategist and Third Way Executive Vice President for Policy, Jim Kessler. Jim, good to see you. How concerned are you about this tension between Venezuela? It would seem that the US does have the upper hand and will always have the upper hand.
Yeah, this is like a lion going after a mouse. And look, I think what Donald Trump started doing, which was going after these, narco traders and the boats, it was somewhat controversial, but I thought it was the right thing to do. Now, he seized an oil tanker. It's clear that what they're looking for is regime change in Venezuela. The president of Venezuela is the illegitimate president there. I mean, he did not win his election. So, there's reasons he should be removed. The question is, should the United States be doing this? And will this become a quagmire in which, we're spending billions of dollars and we never really get out of it? And the answer is, I don't know. So I'm concerned about the escalation.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Trump has made any further comments, but the fact that Pam Bondi released those pictures of that mission, we don't see that every day. Trump has been focused on the economy, of course. He wanted to see that rate cut, unprecedented amount of political pressure on the US Federal Reserve to do this. How is the effect of tariffs still permeating through the economy?
Well, it's a problem for Donald Trump because voters are very dissatisfied with the economy. And they are mostly dissatisfied because of inflation and costs. And tariffs just, look, America collected $300 billion worth of tariffs. Well, most of that is paid for by consumers in the United States. And everything feels very expensive. So the tariffs, which he said is his favorite word in the dictionary, is proving to be America's least favorite word, if you're a consumer. And this is an area where, this is the reason why he got elected in the first place. It's his strong suit. And voters are souring on Donald Trump and this economy very quickly.
We just saw him sign an executive order on AI so that AI can operate under a single national framework. He didn't have all the tech bros beside him today. He had Ted Cruz, he had David Sachs, Chamath, who are part of the All In podcast. And basically they're pushing back on state regulation there. What's this all about and why now?
So, AI has burst on the scene, and clearly the United States is one of the leaders in developing it, China being another one of the leaders out there. Generally, when there is a standard, it is set by Congress. It is a law, but also states do this as well. California sets standards. I know Illinois has set standards as well. What happens in the United States is when a state as large as California sets a standard and the federal government does not, that California standard becomes the national standard. Well, with an executive order, they can preempt that as long as that president is there. So it's a very temporary thing. Ultimately, Congress should be setting these rules and setting these standards. I think it's possible they'd be able to do it. This is an issue that can be worked out in a bipartisan way. Donald Trump is acting more quickly, preempting the states. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we will. I think it's really interesting. David Sachs in particular in that media conference we saw was really careful to point out that they're not pushing back on more protection for children when it comes to AI. So this is obviously becoming a bigger political issue in the US, is it?
It definitely is. And I also want to say that the Australia social media ban for kids, I think 16 and under, that is getting a lot of notice in the United States. And a lot of politicians are talking about that. So I think you'll see some action there. But, on the AI front, look, there are those who feel like stop really curtailing any AI development will put the United States behind China, and that is dangerous for the world. And there's others that say, like, look, if we just go at breakneck speed, we don't know what's going to happen out there. So there's really two schools of thought that are colliding. The big money is on the side of going at a breakneck speed. And I think in the end, we do want AI to develop quickly, but it is very disruptive and it's very new. And I think there's a feeling among many Americans that they don't know what this is going to mean for them personally, their jobs, their future, their kids, and they have a right to feel that way. Ultimately, you'd like to see Congress doing this, not an executive order.